This year's European Aviation Conference will be hosted by the University of St. Gallen November 4 to 6. Professor Andreas Wittmer is heading the local organizing team. I had the pleasure to ask him some questions about the conference and St. Gallen. Please watch or listen to our conversation to learn more about the forthcoming EAC26.
Good.
Okay, Andy, so thank you very much for joining today. And you are hosting the European Aviation Conference this year, and I think it's not the first time. So why did you decide to do it for a second time?
Well, we are really enjoying to hosting the conference. It's an honor, actually, to have great people coming to St. Gallen from academia, also from the industry, and also from the governments or official functions. It's an honor to show the world or the European world that at the University of St. Gallen we have a research center in aviation and space, and that we are contributing to the industry as academics. So you can see we are proud to do that.
So when was the first time you hosted the conference?
I think it was 2013. It was the second European Aviation Conference.
Second?
I think in 2013.
And the topic at the time was? Do you remember the topic?
I don't remember the topic.
but the topic of this year's conference is taxes, right?
Yes.
I think this is a very hot topic. So how come? Why pick the topic of aviation taxes?
Well, I guess there are several reasons. I mean, charges in general are very relevant and hot topic discussed heavily, especially now in relation to reaching net zero, all the environmental issues, the negative effects of aviation, of course. And there's a lot of discussion about how to set up charges, taxes, trading schemes, whatever, to reach those goals, I guess. And in Switzerland, we have especially questions coming up about international regulations. We have supranational regulations concerning taxation of or let's say value-added taxation of tickets, and also the question of putting taxes on fuel. Obviously, there are supranational regulations on that for many, many years, but these are challenged more and more by different parties in politics, also by the more law side of the government or of the country. And I think it's important to discuss this issue and to find solutions for the future.
And I think your law colleagues are actually also quite involved in this. You are not, your background is, I'm not sure, are you an economist or like a business? What's your background? But then beyond that, I think that your legal team or legal colleagues are also quite heavily involved in the conference organization, if I understand correctly.
Yeah, that's correct. I'm a business scholar, so I did a management degree. I'm teaching management. My research is very much at the edge of management and economics, and it's a kind of an overlap. I always say we try to explain what smart economists kind of find out in their great research. We try to explain that to management scholars, or to managers in the industry that have to transfer it into practice. So I see myself on that role. Yes, we work closely together with our colleagues from the law department. There is a nationally funded project supporting actually this conference and also our research. I think it's very fruitful to actually the interdisciplinary looking at these topics of taxation from an economic, from a management, but also from a regulatory perspective.
Wonderful. And I guess they will also be participating in the conference, and also participate in the sense that they will be participating in the discussions, and also, I guess, presenting some papers or so.
Yes, that's definitely true. That's definitely the idea, that we have this exchange between, I guess, at the whole conference with everyone coming, that we have an exchange between people that are more from the law side and regulatory side, and some that are more from the business side of it, and maybe some others that are more from the economic side. And I think that overlap of these disciplines and the kind of the different rationals of all these people, I think that is what I expect to be a very, very interesting, let's say, platform for discussions and maybe creativity, and maybe also new research questions for us in the future.
Well, I mean, the conference originally, like if you think about Hans Martin and others, it typically has quite a strong economics touch. My background is also economics. But I feel that especially also when it comes to legal aspects, law, that the conference really is also trying to sort of venture into those areas. So I think it's great to have your colleagues from the law department being so heavily involved. So another issue is perhaps I know that we have already quite a few high-level speakers who have confirmed sort of their participation, and that is of course something that attracts a lot of will be of high interest to our viewers, I would say, and everyone who's thinking about participating in the conference. I hope there will be many. Perhaps you can share a little bit about those. I mean, not all of them are finally confirmed, but some have confirmed, and some, you can maybe describe a little bit how, for instance, the Swiss aviation representatives, or sort of how they respond to you hosting or St. Gallen hosting this event.
Well, I'll say I'm very happy. We went back to our network in the industry, and it was very supportive, let's say. I mean, we have representatives, a representative from Swiss, from the airport, with the CFO of Swiss, the COO of the airport of Zurich, but also we motivated the chief economist, a VP at IATA in Geneva, to come over, but also professors, and let's say also all the professors that have retired that would come back and discuss and engage. We're talking to the government, of course, to have some representatives from the Federal Office of Civil Aviation, and try to kind of have the representatives from all important, let's say, stakeholders. So we have support from the COO of Skyguide, for example, airspace control. Also on a European level, we have a private ANSP provider where the chairman and the CEO will be around. So we are very happy that we found from all areas, all major, let's say, stakeholders of aviation operations, let's say, we found C-level representatives that are very happy to join the discussion and be there. And the nice thing is we have been confirmed that they're not only there for an hour or so, but actually for a whole day or 2 days. And I think that is really what values in the end the conference, that we can have this exchange with C-level representatives over a day and not, just over a session at the conference. So I'm very happy about that.
And I mean, this is something that those who have attended or know something about the European Aviation Conference or the European Aviation Conference Institute know is that we're really trying to bring together industry, academia, and policy, which is, by the way, also now visible in our new logo. Maybe some of the viewers may have a look at our webpage, then you can see the new logo. So, bringing together industry, academia, and policymakers. And I think the conference in St. Gallen, with a commitment from industry participants, that's actually a wonderful opportunity to really make that sort of happen. There is also actually someone that you haven't mentioned, because I guess he's not from Switzerland, but he is definitely a great supporter of the European Aviation Conference every year, and also confirmed his participation this year, is Philip Cornelis. So I think that is great. Could you say a little bit about? You said that you're having this aviation research group, but maybe you can share a little bit more about your university and also about St. Gallen, because when people come to Switzerland and St. Gallen, I think they have the opportunity to participate in the conference, even present papers, because there will be a call for papers published soon. And so you can present, but you should be participating in the discussions, and also, during the coffee breaks, mingle with everyone. But then maybe you want to not only participate in the conference, but also have spend a little bit of time in St. Gallen. So maybe you can share a little bit about what the kind of things that tourists in St. Gallen can do.
Well, thanks for asking. I mean, St. Gallen is, let's say, the capital of, let's say, the eastern Swiss part. We are like half an hour from Austria. We are like half an hour from Germany. We have the beautiful Lake Constance just 15 minutes away. So if you like sailing or, doing water sports, that's a nice place to be. We are 15, 20 minutes away from the mountains, like Mount Sentis is like 2,500 meters high about. It's like just less than half an hour's drive. Nice scenic railway going there, nice Sky Rail going up. So we are kind of in the mountains and at the lake at the same time, and just like less than an hour away from Zurich Airport. So it's a location in the middle of nature, but very close to the big cities. Also, St. Gallen has a cultural side. We have great theater with shows every day. We have music theaters with music events all weeks, all the time. And as we are a student city, the city has around 80,000 inhabitants. But in the city, only University of St. Gallen has 10,000 students. And then we have University of Applied Sciences, we have other schools. So the city has probably, 15 to 20,000 scholars out of those 80,000 people. So you could imagine there are quite some bars and restaurants, and it's an outgoing place, actually. You will be here during the semester where we are running at full pace. So there is a lot going on, and it's bustling city.
All right. So have we forgotten something? Is there something else that you would like to mention?
Well, maybe about University of St. Gallen. The University of St. Gallen is highly ranked in Financial Times. It's the number 9 business school in Financial Times in Europe. And it's the number 1, and it has been the number 1 or number 2 the last, 15 years or so for Master of Management education. So a Master of Management, International Management, that is the core of this university, where it's very highly ranked. So we are very proud of that. It has, so you're visiting a university or a city with the number 1 university in Switzerland, or if you look in the German-speaking world, it's ranked number 1 and number 9 in Europe. So it's a highly ranked place from academia, based on research and teaching, of course. So that is also nice. So you're going to a place and then visit the city and the campus of a very well-known university.
Right. I saw some pictures from the architecture, and it looks amazing. So I'm really looking forward to being there, actually. So that I'm sure this will be, and also actually just having this wonderful support from the industry, and I think that's also something that is a key feature of your university, I guess, is really having that wonderful and great connection to basically industry representatives.
I think it's a bit of the DNA. We believe strongly that if you run an institute at the university as a professor or a head of institute, this is not a theoretic job. The institutes might have 30, 40, 50 employees. So you run an organization, and that organization is kind of self-financed to a great extent. Of course, professors are employed by the university and have salaries and are supported. But then you don't have 40 employees financed by the university. You are actually financing them on the market. So you have to do research projects, funded projects, but also sometimes consulting projects, you could say, to go together with corporates and executive education. That's the 3 areas of revenue for institutes. And I think this keeps us being close to the market. It keeps us being interactive with managers of the industry, to motivate them to do education with us, to also motivate them and make them believe that we can actually contribute to their work in a positive way.
I think this is something I would like to say. I mean, I think it goes in both ways. So I guess there are some things that they can learn from you, obviously, because otherwise, why would they come? But I think it also goes in the other direction. It's sort of that you have a better understanding of what are the real world issues and then can address those. I mean, that's I feel something is, at least for me, always very inspiring to have those discussions with industry representatives. I can test some of my ideas, challenge them a little, but they can also challenge me. So I think, and this is the whole process, I feel is extremely important for just making progress on solving problems.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, the students are benefiting a lot, I think, in our classroom, because we always have the practical examples, cases, which we can do ourselves because we are kind of close to industry. So we can explain theory in a very practical way, or work on topics in class which are practically real. And I think that is the benefit, and which we bring into the institution. So it's a good setup, and that's a bit the DNA of the university here. That's very true.
Thank you, Andy. So I think it was a great conversation, and I think if anyone has questions, I will provide some information, contact information down below. Of course, everybody is invited to have a look at our EACI.science webpage. There is you can find all the information about the conference, travel, accommodation, the agenda. All the agenda updates will be on this webpage. So I'm sure it will be a great conference. And thanks, Andy, and to all your colleagues. We're looking forward to a great conference.
Well, thank you very much, Achim, for this time to give some insights. And to everyone who watches this short interview, sign up early. We are happy to see the participation list growing early on, because this is our fuel for motivation. If we see the list growing, then we perform even better. So please, if you decide to come, sign up and help us to create a great conference. Thank you.
Thank you.